So finally on the chive, I want to do one more thing here. All men do this, but won't admit to it. 20 gifts, and the gifts are pointless. It's just like, it's just these, but they riff on it.
Can you show us a couple of the gifts? And like, I would like to see a few of them if you have them.
I think I can get the site up for you.
Okay, that would be great just to see them. We should have an idea of what they're riffing on, you know?
I knew you would ask.
This is crazy because I'm looking at these, even though you can't like see the dates, it's clear that like these were at least like in the last few years, because there's
some
like
of them.
There's like references, like there's an Among Us reference. There's an ape. There's someone has a photo that's an ape from from the NFTs. So like this isn't all like 10 years ago. This is like the last 4 or 5.
People, they're still doing this.
They're revoking man cards.
Holy
still
shit.
To this day.
Okay, so we've got.
Can you imagine having your man card revoked?
We'll just let that one go. Okay, well, scroll down so we can see some more of these. Okay,
so wait, this is 20 things all men do.
Getting spooned by their partner, I guess, is one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Superman. One of them is just a Superman.
One of them likes to be Superman. Nose picking is more common than anybody will admit.
Okay.
So we do pick our noses. Morning pee sometimes goes sideways, and there's annoying cleaning up to do.
Okay.
Sniff our armpits to be sure we don't stink or we enjoy the smell.
I would never admit to that.
I just like to huff my own pits. You know, it's normal.
Try to clean the toilet bowl with your pee stream. I don't. I do kind of do that.
I do that.
I feel like I've heard of that. That's
I do that. I will admit that. I do that.
This guy just says jerking off more than we say we do.
I mean, it depends on how much you jerk off.
How much do you say?
Probably if you're doing it too often, then maybe, you might feel the need to be like, oh, yeah, I do it. Like Bryan, he'll wait for other people to say the number. Do you know what I mean? He's like, oh, how much? And he waits for someone else to answer, and then he answers like one lower than that or whatever, but because he knows his real number is like alarming to people or whatever, you know?
This guy says sometimes when we shave, we try to see how we'd look with the mustache of a certain Austrian painter. Sometimes it's even my wife's idea. When she knows I'm about to shave, she's like, come on, do it real quick.
No,
I don't do that.
I don't do a Hitler mustache.
So I've never done it, I will say. So let's get to some of these that I prefer the ones in the comments that the less artful people cover. And Chris, must be you, Chris, actually. He goes, I admit to everything I do. As a matter of fact, you see an absolute smoke show in a store, definitely going to head down any aisle she's in to get another look.
Oh, you're going to follow a lady around the store just to look at her?
Oh, cool. So you're admitting to that, huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's a fun thing to
not
admit
an
to.
admission you should.
That's actually really a cool thing to do. Yeah. So you just like follow her. Like, it's kind of cool how like you're watching her and she doesn't even know, right? That's kind of a cool sort of element.
It's pretty manly.
Yeah,
that's
very
like,
manly.
I mean, yeah, that reminds me of like those Twitter posts that were going around for engagement like a year or two ago, where it was like, you see her in the aisle, what's your approach?
Yeah, what's your approach?
And this guy's approach is like, well, I follow her around the store and don't say anything.
I just sort of, something just dawned on me though, is like, stalking a woman, like it's sort of following around and ogling her against her will, like sort of sexualizing her in a way when she doesn't want. That is pretty fucking manly. Like as far as what how an actual man acts. I mean, that is actually, like, you know, like men are pretty horrible, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of, maybe he's like, that's his manliness is he's doing he's doing the bad man, you know?
This guy goes, Coast Ranger goes, one of the biggest fights I got into with my ex was that an extra fine woman came into Home Depot. I was 2 or 3 aisles down and didn't notice, but I damn sure went to find out what I got busted for. So what he's saying is his wife accused him of looking at a hot woman in the Home Depot. He says he wasn't. But then once he was accused, he was like, I got to check this hot woman out.
Yeah. I mean, you can only get so wet, right? You know, you're like, if you're already, making the best of a bad situation, that's kind of
Yeah, I agree with him there. If he's like, yeah, I'm already being accused of this, I at least want to see,
Right.
UK Scarface goes, I'm very lucky. My wife will actually nudge me and point out a decent cleavage if she thinks I haven't seen it. I hate stuff like that. I hate those. For some reason, when guys are like, actually, my wife is cool and doesn't mind the bad stuff, that I hate it. I don't even know why. And I'll bet you if a woman did it and said it about her husband, I would hate it too. I don't know. There's just something in me that's like, it drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of two things, right? It's either like this performative, like, oh, check that out, I'm cool. Or, I don't know, I guess there is a situation where it could be like, maybe she's just bi and it's like, wow, check out that rockin' pair. Like, hey.
Yeah, I think it could be a really cool, like, I think that it could be really nice. It's like they have this real trust in that relationship where it's just like, I have no jealousy at all. I know you're with me and I can also appreciate it and we can appreciate together when we see someone attractive or whatever,
Right.
That's like kind of healthy. And then also there's some people that we've met before where they see another woman and they say, hey, look at that. And then they think about doing more about it.
I hate that. That is another thing. I remember being at this party and there was this guy there. He's now divorced, thank God. So if I ever go, I probably won't ever go to another party there.
When was this? What age were you?
Years ago, like probably 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. You were full adult Bryan.
Yeah, and it was when it would have had to have been 2014, I think, because it was when I got into.
You were doing Street Fight though, right? At that time?
Yeah. Which makes this even weirder, right? Is that's when I fully got back into wrestling. And I was like at a friend's house and we were kind of talking about MMA and wrestling. And Ronda Rousey came up and this guy just looked me right in the face and goes, would you? And I just walked away. I just went into another room and was like,
I never want about it. Did you have to really think about it?
Well, I went to the bathroom to jack my penis off.
Too horny at the cut.
Yeah, someone Ronda Rousey mentioned, excuse me.
The thought of having sex with her, and I was like fully 10 hot. That's a Grease fan reference.
So that is, I mean, that right there will make me not like you for the rest of your life. I just don't. I hate that. I hate when guys are like, hey, and I was like
also,
this before Gwen was born. I just don't like
it. For like, okay, like, so whatever. Yeah, baseline level, it's gross, right? Like, it's fine. But like, what's so funny about that question to me is like, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter who the like person they're asking about is. The answer is going to be yes. And like, they could lie and say no, but like, oh, hey, would you have sex with like this woman if she was willing to have sex with you? Like,
yeah,
sorry to do a little generalization of my own here, but like most of the time the answer would be yes, right? Like,
yeah, they're not giving like a real like Sophie's choice. It's not
right.
Really like
it's like, would you do this or this? Like, that's like a difficult choice. But
would you? And it's like the person that they name is like somebody who's like, I just thought of the word. I'm not going to give the example that I was going to say.
Give it.
Okay, I'm going to say
Give the example.
Okay, so it's like, it's like the hottest supermodel in the world, but she has HIV.
Okay. So, I immediately regret asking you to give.
See, I'm telling you, Merritt, I have these intrusive things that I could say often.
Okay, no, but that is like, but I will say I have seen stuff like that on message boards like 20 years ago of like, if there's like a 10% chance that this would happen, would you do this? And it's like, okay, you're just asking like a gambling question at that point, like whatever. Like,
but this one is really more just the one that Bryan's talking about is more just so you guys can then both sort of talk about how
right.
Like, I'd fucking do this and that to her. I mean, we met a friend of ours in Mini Kiss. Rest in peace. He's dead.
Right.
He's dead
I got his audio. If anybody wants to hear Mini Kiss talk about women.
Do you have it right now? Do you have the soundboard?
Here.
Yo, man, they are hot. Damn, what's up, girls? They're hot, man. I mean, I'm tired. I've been on the road for a long time. Man, what I would love to do right now, man.
This is the lead singer of Mini Kiss.
That was the lead singer of Mini Kiss.
Talking to some women in bikini.
At Roverfest, the aforementioned Roverfest that we talked about. God. Yeah, that he was talking to some bikini babes there, and he was just sort of, he was really, you could see that he was sort of out of it a bit, but he was really thinking about what he would do with those. And they were not. One of them gave him a sarcastic thumbs up.
Yeah. Here's one final little thing here. This is what men wish that other men would stop doing. Mo Sislak says, telling other men, quote, what real men do. I also hate any shirt that says real men and then the insert. Next guy goes, I want to totally ironically get a shirt that says real men don't tell other men how to be men.
Oh, that's possibly the fucking lamest shirt I've ever heard in my entire life. I don't know if I could think of a lamer shirt.
And you're looking at the chive when you say that too. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is like
the standard is so high already.
Nobody thinks that's cool. There's nobody who sees that shirt and is like, "Wow, good shirt." Everyone.
Well, there's a couple more. Otis B. Driftwood says, "Real men don't read shirts unless the wearer is a woman. It's cold and they know Braille."
Wait, are you talking about dialing it?
Tune in.
Hold on.
Into Tokyo? Are you talking tuning into Tokyo?
Okay, wait. What? Huh?
You're not getting that one? Oh,
no. I mean, I get it, but it's like
I don't get it.
It doesn't really make sense.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I mean, it does.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Fine. I'll
one nipple,
Braille.
then one nipple.
Yeah, that's.
You're just you're flicking at the nipples,
right?
Sure,
yeah, and and you're reading the shirt based on that, yeah.
You're reading the shirt by just flicking at her nipples in a sexual kind of way,
kind of like an erotic way. Just
really, it's still.
Creo says, "What if it said real men do whatever makes them happy?"
We found a lamer shirt.
Yeah, thank you. I did not realize the competition was still going, but we have a new winner.
TV Paul says, stop bragging about how many chive collectible coins and mini bars you have.
Holy
Brian, this is for you.
Oh, Brian, this is for you. Look, this has been an intervention the whole time.
So much about
you
how many
have to stop.
And you sent me a chive coin too.
I did send Chris a chive coin.
What are these coins? Are they like cop challenge coins? Like
they're challenge coins. This is mine. You can't really see it in the lighting, but mine's a bill. It says "Keep calm and chive on one side, and the other says "Humor, hotness, humanity." In Bill we trust, and it's a Bill Murray.
It's Bill Murray. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Brian said,
I kind of envy these people because they haven't like had to do any personal growth in like 15 years.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
that's
know why.
kind of beautiful. Like they found their thing and are like, I never have to change.
Yeah, like we don't even like Bill Murray's like not even the guy anymore.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to them, he still is. It's very cool.
He goes, stop bragging about how many chive collectible coins and mini bars you have. Believe it or not, some of us just have trouble paying our bills.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
That's that. And then
that's the
Darth Vader.
That's a very, very important statement is that like, listen, manliness is also about fucking supporting the working class and possibly unions as well. So
yes, paying your bills, you know, and finally Darth Vader says, the real one, not
right.
The Darth Vader. He goes, man buns, for the love of God, just no. And then
when was
man
that posted?
Buns.
When was that posted?
2023.
No,
Jesus Christ, man! Man buns has been gone.
That's
man.
like 10. Like that was like 10 years ago.
Like
that's funny too because like the guys who are so invested in this stuff are always doing like there was the latte quote earlier. Lattes were like a thing in the 90s. People have been drinking lattes normally for like 30 years. They're always like, oh, the skinny jeans and the lattes and the man buns, and it's like that's what young people were wearing 15 years ago.
Yeah. Like, when you were in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Like skinny jeans haven't been cool for a while. Like you just don't you've become frozen. It's like, oh, these young kids with their emo music.
It's like those people you're talking about are 46
right,
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the final quote on the man buns is it's a guy with a Rush 2112 avatar, and it says it's 2112 as predicted, and he goes, just two words, douche knots.
What?
That's what you call a man bun.
That's what you call a man bun, a douche knot.
like people who have a man bun now, it's like they're just the people who always had them. You know what I mean? Like there was a few people who had
they're
them
the
for
lifers.
Yeah, they're not a thing anymore. It's not like indicative of the type of individual that you're discussing. You know,
and I would also say that some of the man bun stuff is 100% just guys that lost their hair and they're pissed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what bothers them.
How
because
dare
I always
you have such long, luxurious hair?
Yeah. Because I always look at white guys with dreadlocks and I'm like, man, I wish that was me. That's what I wanted. Like my whole life.
You know what? It's hard to tell with Bryan if he's being serious or not when he says something like that, which is really interesting. Because if I said it, I think you would know I was joking for sure. But
I really wanted dreadlocks. That was my jealousy of people with long hair is that I don't have dreadlocks.
Were you able? Like when did you? Bryan, you don't have hair now.
I've been shaving my head since like the 8th grade, or since probably like the 9th grade. Not shaving it completely at that time, like getting a fade. I never had long hair.
You never did long hair. I never really did long hair. I'm starting to like lose my hair a little bit. I still have held on to, so I still have some, and I'm still okay for now. But yeah, I could have done it for a long time, and I do sort of kick myself now that I never did long hair, and I still of course could. I could do the classic old guy long hair where it's not very thick on the top.
Yeah, like the Hulk Hogan kind of thing. Yeah.
You get a Hulk Hogan.
It's pretty fucking badass. And I of course have a wife and a family now, so it's like, hey, who gives a shit, you know?
I just really wanted dreadlocks, and I don't know if I used to have this haircut. This was big in the 90s. I don't think you guys would even know about it, but you'd give yourself a fade like on most of your hair, and then you would leave the bangs and you would brush them down so the bangs would come down into your face. It was a very stylish look, and I had that.
You had that? Do you have any photos of you with that haircut?
Like a Chelsea?
I'd have to find it. There have to be pictures of me.
I just want to clarify too that I was meaning it as a joke to say it doesn't matter what I look like anymore because I have a wife and child. I still do want to be handsome.
If anything, there are probably more people invested in how you look now.
Yeah. And it was just you brush the bangs down. And
I'm
what
trying to picture this. All I can picture is like a Chelsea where you shave your whole head and just leave. But that's not traditionally like a male haircut.
Yeah, I think the only time I did see when I was younger, there was a guy that I went to school with who was Filipino who had a similar type of haircut to that you're describing, but it was never a like trend. It was never something that a bunch of people had, you know?
Everybody had it where I was from. Maybe that was just growth, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, I have this hairdo, and what I would do often was I'd come to school, and I knew this girl that brought the stuff, and she would braid the bangs, and I'd walk around with the braids
How old were you?
I need to see pictures of this.
How old were you when you were doing this?
I was 17 and stuff.
Okay.
And
so
you're just like...
You're fully Queeberfied, obviously.
Yeah, but as Queeber as it gets.
Imagine this guy named Queeber walking around with fucking braided bangs and a shaved head.
What is Queeber?
Oh, sorry,
it's
Merritt.
Horrible.
I apologize.
It's the worst thing.
That's the name that he was called for his like entire life until he was about 28 years old. Like people only knew him as Queeber, and he mistakenly brought it up on a show about a month and a half ago, and now people are calling him that again. And now we have to clarify every story he tells. I have to ask if he was Queeber or Bryan. It's important context. Yeah,
I got a picture that'll show you what I looked like. This is not me.
This is not you, but
okay. Well, still, this will help. This will help.
No, they were that long?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
That's incredible.
What the fuck? It's like four
oh my god.
braids, kind of like really long ones coming down below his nose.
It looks like the top half of his face is in jail.
that is actually a really good
Bryan.
I'm taking that the picture for the episode.
You have to try to find the photo of you.
Try to
I
find
don't know
this.
if
That's
there
incredible.
You know, I don't know how many photos there are of me looking like that because
incredible
people
haircut.
Carry cameras around back at that time.
Right? Yeah. You know, it's basically picture day, and that's it.
Picture day. Your parents wouldn't let you do that, maybe, right?
My parents didn't pay any attention. I did it once I got to school, and when I got home, look, you know, braids were really cool. White dreadlocks were really cool.
Sure, yeah, like, 90s.
As a corn, right? That's why I wanted braids.
All that, yeah.
That's why I wanted braids, was because of corn. And,
who had corn? Who had braids in corn? The monkey?
Well, yes, Monkey, Jonathan Davis. All of them had a type of braids or dreadlocks, and that's what I wanted. I just Fieldy had them. Fieldy had cornrows, which I would have settled for, but I just never had.
I mean, he probably wrote it down as right with he would change the C when he wrote down the word cornrows. I would imagine change it to a K.
But yeah, I would have. I definitely was like really. I wanted braids. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to like look like the guys in corn, but my hair was just
Bryan walking around with this haircut, being known as Queeper, is just like,
that kicks ass. That's so good.
That's
beautiful.
That's Man Guys. It was very fun. And Merritt, you want to plug something?
Yeah, I need a second after that.
Oh, hey, take all the time you need. It was definitely, I know that it's a weird thing to see. I never thought I'd find a picture that kind of looked like
I kind of wonder who that kid is, that's like the example picture we found. Probably like a respected, businessman now.
Yeah, he's doing fine. I'm
sure he is.
He figured everything out. Yeah.
Right. I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure he's like a normal guy now, just like me.
No, it's just, it was the style at the time. Yeah.
What did you say there, Bryan?
Just like you?
I said he's a normal guy, just like me. Remember, Brace on the $8 tier, he did say I'm the most normal guy he knows.
And Brace, as we discussed, does not know normal people. And also, I think might have been, I haven't heard the audio yet, might have been making a joke. I'm not really sure.
I don't think so.